Episode 301 Arrival at the Capital. Bobby could see the magnificence of the Great Canopy Country's capital city 1,000 miles away. He felt movement inside the spiritual cage. Loki had finally woken up after a month of deep sleep. There was a profound look in his black eyes, but it quickly faded. Bobby noticed the cat's gray fur had turned into a light silver color, and he had grown bigger. The change was dramatic. Loki got out, sat on Bobby's shoulders, and flipped 2 bronze coins. He waved his paws. Bobby shook his head and sighed. Master Higgins gazed curiously at him and asked, "What is he trying to say?" "He's telling me not to go to the capital because I'm down on my luck. It could be dangerous now," Bobby responded, but he knew he had to go. He couldn't be lucky all the time, and besides, he had the Great Moon treasures. "How interesting," Master Higgins said. "A cat that can predict the future. The Divine Tower of Warlocks also had a mysterious, wise fortune teller, and he happens to have a strange cat." Loki's eyes flashed. Bobby laughed and asked, "That cat wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours now, would he?" Loki waved his paw angrily, signaling that he was the only cat of his species. Master Higgins also laughed. Loki had lifted his mood after their long journey. Bobby stopped his cultivation. His vital energy from the mid-level True Spirit had reached 60%. He could attempt to break through the True Spirit realm, even though his chances of success were slim. The distilled spirit pill could only have taken him so far. He needed a high vital energy conversion rate to have an even remote chance, but a higher conversion rate slowed progress. The sharp-winged swallow flapped its wings, and they approached the capital. The city was resplendent. They saw an increasing number of flying horses and the occasional flying car and carriage. "I could see why this is the capital," Bobby remarked. His stomach was in knots whenever he thought about the mission he had to complete for Mr. Hayden. The objective of his mission was drawing near. Suddenly, 2 flying cloud horses pulled a carriage, appeared, and headed toward them. Master Higgins signaled to Bobby to avert them. These carriages often carried experts from the true mystic rank. Bobby was about to turn the swallow around when the window of the carriage opened, and an expert with a wrinkled face peered out. "Bobby," he said, "the Ironblood clan has received word that Lord Caspian has a warrant out for your arrest. The capital is on high alert. The Connor family has come to an agreement with the Imperial family." "Greetings, Protector," Master Higgins said and bowed, recognizing the man. Bobby was surprised. He didn't know Master Higgins had connections with the clan. The expert was from the true mystic rank. His power was unrivaled among the 13 clans. "Thank you for the warning," Bobby said, eager to demonstrate his respect and gratitude. He could see that by sending such a high-ranking authority, the clan meant business. "The deputy warns you not to enter the capital," the expert continued, looking meaningfully at him. The window closed and the carriage flew off into the clouds at breakneck speed. The exchange had been brief. It was up to Bobby to take heed of their warning. He understood their intentions. The Ironblood clan was the Imperial family's adversary, and the clan was afraid he would forge an alliance with the Empress. But he was determined to complete his mission and find her. 1 hour later, they arrived at the outskirts of the capital. An archaic aura surrounded the enormous ancient city. Bobby put the swallow away and entered the city. He saw billboards of himself and Loki everywhere. The pictures highlighted his azure hair and the eye patch over his left eye. He could change the color to black without a moment's hesitation. He transformed himself into a black-eyed, blue-haired youth. The guards at the entrance to the capital looked at him and then at the billboards. They didn't even see a resemblance and shook their heads. Bobby's aura had also changed with the transformation, and he had entered into the city with ease. Lord Caspian won't give up. He even agreed with the Imperials to arrest me. How did he know I would be here? He wondered. He decided not to make any rash moves. Empress Louisa was extremely powerful and elusive, even by the true spirit realm expert standards. What he needed was a plan. He decided to follow Master Higgins' advice and auction some items that he didn't need. Even if the auctioneer decided to take a 5% commission, it would be well worth it. There were many great auctions in the capital. The most popular one was the prestigious Rising Dragon auction. Its fame extended across the continent. "Don't worry," Master Higgins said. "The Rising Dragon auction has no direct connections with the Imperials of the four families. They're headquartered in the middle of the continent." "Oh, that's good," Bobby replied. He would let him handle it. He had no interest in the auction. Master Higgins had some connections in the city and soon found out some details. "The Rising Dragon auction takes place once a month," he said excitedly. "The next one is in 3 days. Do you want to go? Apparently there are many valuable spirit-grade items up for auction, and the incomplete Scarlet Moon maps and a few sacred legacy scripts could be there. Some of the more senior members of the Imperial family will be there." Bobby's eyes lit up. He had obtained one of the maps from the Blood Corpse Protector in the Scarlet Moon Cave. The Great Moon Pirate had given him one of the sacred legacy scripts. "There would definitely be a few important figures there," Master Higgins continued. "The Imperial family, the 3 clans, and the 4 families will probably send someone. The Empress herself might even make an appearance. I hope we can get some ancient scripts this time. The 4 inheritance items would be great for research." His voice trailed off as he thought about all of the things he could get. The Rising Dragon auction was rumored to be the biggest event in the past 100 years. Loki jumped out of the spiritual cage enthusiastically. It was obvious he wanted to go out. "Get inside!" Bobby grabbed him and put him back in his cage. He was worried someone might recognize him. He had just seen a young man with a cat being dragged away by some guards. "Let's go then," he said to Master Higgins. He had to see the Great Canopy Country's elite. There were also some ancient scripts and maps he was interested in. He found a street merchant and sold some of his possessions, including the pills, and weapons he didn't need. He wanted to keep the treasures that might serve a purpose later on. His interspatial bracelet became full of prime crystals. He bought 2 more bracelets that were large enough to store a small temple. He decided to sell some of the Great Moon Pirate's treasures at the auction. The Rising Dragon auction did not reveal the identities of sellers, so he was safe.